Welcome home, Bitcoin truth seekers. It is Tuesday, the 22nd of March, 2023. It's 11:06 a.m. here in the Arizona desert, which is also Pacific Standard Time now, thankfully. All right, so I guess the FOMC meeting, the Fed meeting has started. I'm watching to see, like, for a reaction here in the market. Let's see. Just in, U.S. Federal Reserve hikes interest rates 0.25%. Okay, so there we have it. It is just in. It's 2.5%. That's probably all we really care about as far as what they're going to say. Now, they're going to be, as they're speaking, usually we kind of get little jolts of market activity depending on if they say something hawkish, something, dovish, etc. So I imagine as Powell is speaking, we'll see stuff happen. But right now, 0.25, that was the lower side of what was expected. Some people did think possibly we'd see zero point 0.5, but we're seeing 0.25. So, okay, there we go. A lot of conjecture if you've been following, the financial news. A lot of commentators who are very good do speak of, the meanings of if it's 2.5 or if it's 5.0. But anyway, 2.5 is definitely the lower side of what we could have expected, and good. So I think the market's probably more likely we're able to price that in than anything else. So let's just so we can see it has happened. There we go. And let's just rock out real quick here. Let me actually make sure. Wait a second. Sorry. Hold on. I pushed the wrong button. What in the world? Sorry, guys. See if I can ditch that. Okay, good. There we go. Sorry. Computer's a little bit crazy this morning. So I was going to let's just keep rocking here. Sorry for the delay. So here we go. This is a 45-minute chart for Bitcoin, looking at like immediate price action here. As you can see, this is kind of interesting to me, at least. We have kind of a Darth Maul green doji, and it's a pretty positive sign. I sort of like what I am seeing here. I'll take it. I wouldn't get too sparky quite yet, but I think this is pretty bullish today because in general, looking at the 45-minute chart, we do have, in general, our indicators are looking good. Got some volume coming in. Got the directional index is beginning to trend towards positive. Overall, it's been trending down, but we're seeing some color come back into these darker green candles. The squeeze indicators beginning to show some positivity. I like what I'm seeing in general. One of the things to note is we have been recently doing higher highs. And that to me is very positive. Right here, that was just barely a higher high. So that's a pretty positive thing. I like that. And what else we got going on here? Yes, 29,000. We hit 29,000. That's a big. That's the blockchain education crew there. I heard that little beep over there, so I thought I'd check it out. So, yeah, we actually, I think, on some exchanges, this doji here, this candle actually did wick up to 29,000. That's pretty extraordinary. So, looking at the 45-minute chart here, like I say, for immediate price action, here we are on the Fed interest rate day. As you can see, 45-minute chart. This is something that rather excites me here. Is this so? We have been, I think, leading up to this interest rate event. I think we have been rather, I'm just going to say kind of ranging sideways here. That's just my take on it, with a slight uptrend. And today we definitely have broken out of this range that we've been in towards the top side. I think towards the top side, and are well above the 200 moving average on the 45-minute chart and the hour and the 314. Let me actually go over to the hourly chart. Hourly chart's looking nice and strong. I like what I'm seeing there. I'm going to go visit the blockchain education guys. What am I seeing here? Yep. Okay. Got some good stuff happening. All right. So we broke to the upper side of this, like I say, sideways range that we've been in for a while. And that's pretty cool. If we actually find support on top of this. So, if we've actually made a higher high, which we have, this kind of starts getting exciting, and I start to sort of see something like this kind of. I mean, what if we could sort of do something like this and actually kind of call that an upwards channel? Now, I know that's a little bit, of creative license on my part, but not too greatly. You got to kind of look for a channel, like use the force to like find it. But could this be on the 45-minute chart? This is actually the hourly. We have these lower highs here. Then of course we have some higher lows, so lower highs that we've been collecting. Then of course higher highs just recently hit a higher high, wicked up to 29,000. FOMC, they're still chatting there. We know what the interest rate's going to be. So boom, there we go. Every hawkish and dovish statement will push the market here and there. But in general, let's keep an eye on Bitcoin. What is it going to do? So let's look at some other stuff. We'll come back and visit Bitcoin, and we'll see how it's actually doing. I'm kind of curious about a 5-minute chart. How's that look? Let's think about the 5-minute chart. Yeah, it's holding above the 200 moving average. It actually worked down to it, bonk, and it's still moving up. How's the indicators look? Yeah, a lot of volatility. There's a lot of people are hanging on every word. I think I think Bitcoin's still kind of looking for a little bit of price discovery here as we roll through the FOMC, the Fed meeting there. But right now it's not dumping, it's not pumping. But look at that crazy doji we've got going on. I mean, that is really something to see. Look at that. So shorts and longs definitely just took a hit. Anyway, let's rock through some stuff and see what's going on. Okay. Once again, we'll keep focused on that, but I'm definitely going to bounce around a little bit and look at different stuff. Let me actually check something else here. Okay. Now, with that said, BitcoinDailyView.com. I got more for you there. Check it out. You can just go to that page, BitcoinDailyView.com, scroll through. There's good stuff. Definitely check out Blockchain Education, one of the best crypto crews to trade with. There's a discount code attached to that, my affiliate link. I enjoy things I use and endorse. Get yourself some stuff. Anyway, all that said, never hurts to buy me a coffee. It's really cool seeing those little coffees come in. I just do personally enjoy it. Looking at the crypto universe in squares all day today, ADA has been on the top of its game, making some money. Nothing else has really been in the deep green. XDC has been, and whatever this one is. What are you? You are vibing. VBG has been doing pretty good too. That looks like what? That's a crazy little symbol there for a logo. It looks like a hippocampus. Anyway, so let's look at Bitcoin trading volume explicitly right now. How's that looking? 8.2 billion. So Bitcoin trading volume is rather low today. It's on the low side of things for sure. So I think people have been waiting to see what happens, and that kind of makes sense. I'm going to refresh this here. Let's look at longs versus this is the rectilizer here. So last hour, 29 million rec. That's way more than usual. Usually a lot would be 10 million, and a good day, 2 to 5 million kind of getting wrecked every hour. That is at least kind of a smooth sailing day, but we definitely, with that volatility, those big wicks that we saw just now, massive wrecks out there for an hourly. Although over the last 24 hours, only 101 million wrecked, and if you're under 200 or 150, you're definitely doing pretty good. So definitely some people who are trying too hard just got their asses handed to them this morning as far as longing and shorting. Down NASDAQ and S&P 500. Dow is down 0.08. NASDAQ is up 0.27. S&P 500 is up 0.05. So in general, they all kind of took this sudden pump, and now they're also kind of like figuring out what they're going to do. So I think that initial 2.25 rate increase kind of pumped the market, but yet still we have yet to see what kind of hawkish and dovish things are said throughout the meeting, which do tend to affect things. So overall, doesn't this just kind of look like a little bit of like, yes, 2.5 rather than 5.0, and now there's it's a little pump right there, but now of course we're hitting some uncertainty because, well, even though we got that news about 0.25, it ain't like we're out of the woods yet. You know what I mean? All right, now looking at the S&P 500 a little bit closer. NVIDIA has been going up for days and days. Not sure why. NVIDIA is doing something. So anyway, NVIDIA has definitely been kind of on fire recently. Rest of the S&P 500 not looking that hot. Nike, is that Nike? Nike taking a big old hit, down 0.34%. Would not surprise me if there are factories in China are closing down. All right, so looking at the US dollar strength index today. Definitely, this is rather interesting to me. We had a low right here, a recent low. It was trying to find support on. It's a daily chart. Of course, dollar strength indexes just crashed below that. That's really wild. So you have a 0.25 interest rate. In general, the markets react. They're kind of happy. Dollar strength index is tanking today. That's rather interesting. WTF, right? So this is, I like to see the dollar strength index on a downtrend, but recently, adding up the last couple of days, this is getting a bit extreme. So anyway, dollar strength index definitely taking a hit recently. Oil up today a little bit. That's good. That matches reality. I like seeing that. S&P 500, not green day today so far, just barely though. But the nice thing is it's back above the 200 moving average and it's challenging the 50 moving average with the wick today. So let's see if we can close above that. That'd be wonderful. Tech 100, like them, hate them, love them, does not really matter. They're above the 250 moving average, and they are also above the 314 moving average now. So I like seeing that. Tech 100 doing pretty darn good. Gold, green day yesterday, red day today. Silver, green day today. One nice thing about silver is we are finally finding good support and moving off that 50 moving average, and we're above all the other important moving averages like the 200 and the 314. So boom, commodities definitely making a rally today. I dig what I'm seeing there. Looking at the 15-minute chart here for Bitcoin, as you can see, too many, a lot of longs and shorts, especially longs got wrecked. You can see here lots of liquidations. You can see that doji or candle, you can call it, I guess, technically, that really, boom, wrecked shorts, boom, wrecked longs, carnage. So anyway, that's kind of, I don't mean to be rude, but that's what the crap were you thinking? I mean, just honestly, what, I don't get it. Who had 485 K, in a friggin', I think that would have been a long here, what are you, dumbass? Why? Anyway, sorry. It just gets me when you watch some of these liquidations, because when you're playing with too much leverage, your stop is liquidation ultimately, and so who just blew 485K on a long this morning? That was, sorry, I bless you, I'm sorry, but that was pretty retarded. I mean, seriously. Anyway, longs versus short on Binance for Bitcoin, where that big sweet volume is. 43% long, 56% short. Definitely the bias right now is short. So so make ready. Looking at top 20 exchanges or so here, they're beginning to turn green. They were red this morning, but they are beginning to turn green. So we're getting some positive volume there. 58. This is kind of good. I like this. Binance, where the big volume is. Looking at derivatives there, 58 billion. 50 billion is a good day. 60 is really great. 70 is wonderful. But we've been so over hyper crazy on the amounts of leverage that's been going on for longs and shorts that that doji we just saw for Bitcoin would not surprise me if that was driven by exchanges in part to get rid of the no wonder they wrecked those longs and those shorts, because they just don't want to cover that, So boom, they were probably waiting for that lack of volatility, that lack of volume, and they just bam, they hit it. So now we're down at 58 billion, and I think that's more in the zone where we're going to see I think the exchanges are probably shaking off the longs and the shorts that they did not want to deal with this morning. So that's probably going to create a little bit less volatility. So 28,611, that's absolutely wonderful. Looking at the top 100 alts here, we're beginning to see some green. I think definitely we're going to see some alts continue into the green today. Render's been running all morning. RN, that's right, yeah, RNDR. Render's looking pretty good, 10% up. Maybe we'll check that one out before we get out of here. And Cardano just been running all day, ADA. So Cardano's looking pretty good too. So Cardano and Render. All right, let's keep on rocking. Once again, here we are looking at Bitcoin, 45-minute chart. Let's actually look at a 15-minute chart. And you can kind of see where like the crux of that long and short wrecking candle here on the Fed interest rate announcement. I mean, boom, you can see that's kind of what happened there. A lot of volume. That's a culmination of buy and sell. This red candle just showing there's a lot of volume. So I mean, really, bam, they got rid of your longs and shorts, and it's about the 200 moving average on the 15-minute chart. Now it's all about which direction are we going to go in. Are we going to continue sideways, down, up? That's definitely, I think this is a manipulation candle without any doubt to get rid of longs and shorts. I think personally, now we'll see if Bitcoin's going to, it wouldn't surprise me if it just continues sideways. I'm not seeing, at least right now, looking at the volume coming in. Let's look at a 5-minute chart. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if it just continues sideways. If really after this morning's liquidations, it just continues sideways. And you can even see here, you can see 1 to 2 5-minute candles. They had one big wrecker right there, then another big wrecker right there. So I mean, there you go. Even timing it very well, right to the 200 moving average, right below for a second. That's probably where you would have seen it kind of just below it there on the 5-minute candle, right where you would have, pretty much wrecked a lot of longs. And the shorts, they probably didn't get enough this first 5-minute candle, so they hit it again, bam, just in case. It's like right here did not quite get all the long, all the shorts they wanted. So they hit it one more time right there, and there goes that. Well, anyway, so it looks good. This is good enough. That's actually, while everybody's here, thank you for your patience. 45-minute chart. I think we have yet to see. Oops, sorry about that. I think we have yet to see exactly which way this is going to go. I'm not confident. We did hit a new higher high. Are we going to continue up? I don't know. You're going to see. This. I give it some time to shake out. I'm not really confident of which way it's going to go, up or down or whatever. ADA versus USDT. A little bit on Binance here. How's ADA doing? Yeah, it's up this morning, but it's trending down. I think it's about had its run. Then there was RNDR, I think render USDT. Let's look at that on Binance. It's been doing well, about up 10% today. I like what I'm seeing here, and this could very well continue. It definitely had some volatility with the FOMC this morning, but if we do look, we've got recently, yep. So it's been coming down, gave a lot back, got under the 314 and the 200, came up, broke above the 314 and the 200 in one candle, got a green diamond merit badge. Very, very good. Seems like it truly has found support here on the 200 moving average, and I think it may continue. It's gotten over the volatility. So what's nice is you got a beautiful looking squeeze indicator, good directional index, nice volume coming in. If I was going to get into this one right now, I would do something like this. Not financial advice, of course. I'm just saying this is what I would do if I wanted to actually play this today. Is let's see, I would do a real tight stop under the 200 moving average, like 1 or 2% is what I would do. And then I would, how far might this one go? Honestly, I would probably just play it to about here as far as confidence goes. I figure it's probably going to, darn it, get out of the way there. It's probably going to find a little bit of a resistance there. So how far could that go today? Let's see. That's like 10%. It could definitely run, so that's what I would probably be doing if I was going to play this one today. It looks like it's going to sort itself out and probably continue. How's the 4-hour chart look? Just nix all this mess. Nice thing about the 4-hour chart is, 4-hour charts, it's got these nice purple candles by Sam, which are very, very good. Broke with the 200 moving average. I like that. One thing is we are looking at the 314 moving average. As you can see, it wicked to it. It might find resistance. Sorry if I keep swatting at things. It's gnat season here in the desert. Sorry, I'm being attacked. The gnats just explode this time of year. Anyway, so sorry guys, I'm not too, little bastard. I'm not too excited about this trade. I think really you're going to probably stop right here at the 314 moving average. Maybe you'll break above it, but if I wanted to play this on the on the 45 here, I think definitely you probably got to this next, to that last high. So probably about, I might put get in this guy here. Not overly excited. It's moving up, but I'm just not. It's a possibility. It's not quite a sure thing. I think I'd give it some more time to continue upwards. Bastards. Okay. Anyway, so here's some news. Let me actually go over to Zero Hedge. Anything about the FOMC? There we go. Fed hikes rates 25 BPS, maintains QT, removes hawkish guidance. So a lot has changed since the Fed last met on February 1st and decided to hike 25 BPS, between Powell's hawkish hearings with Congress and dovish inference of a global financial system crisis, the market expectations for the Fed's actions today have swung wildly, but ironically are basically unchanged since the Fed first meeting. At its most hawkish, anyway, let me just see here. Give me like news. Okay, here we go. So here's what the Fed said. 25 BPS. Fed raises benchmark rate 25 BPS to 4.75 target range. Fed will keep QT going. Fed will continue the same pace of reducing Treasury MBS holdings. Fed offers some dovish guidance. Language about ongoing increases in the target range will be appropriate, removed and replaced. I think meant when appropriate will be removed and replaced. Fed gives a nod to the banking system and a new addition to the statement. The U.S. banking system is sound and resilient, they say. I'll just leave that right there. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. This is top of there if anybody cares. Let me actually look over here. Okay, sorry guys. Just checking things out here. All right, so let's look at some news real quick, and we'll just leave it at that. And then we'll check Bitcoin one more time before we check out of here. European spring, Germany faces for major strikes while France burns. France, if you had not noticed, Macron wants to do pension reform. And in that country, it's the same, honestly, as it kind of is in like Russia and Ukraine and other parts of the world, where they have a lot of civil servants who kind of really they live their life depending on that pension, and so there's not quite that entrepreneurial spirit like you have here in America. So there's a lot of people who are dependent on it, and they expect it, and they want it, and they need it. Their pension, I mean, they did their part, and then they expect the government to do its part. And when you say, pension reform, it never goes over very well. And so France is just Macron. I think he's going to get the boot as leader, and that's probably what was planned. Now he can go and move up in the globalist scheme and go work for the WEF or something, where he doesn't have to deal with being a low-level player like he is right now. So anyway, Macron did his damage. He graduates, and now these things are, this economic disaster and people protesting rather intensely is moving over to Germany. And so basically, grab your popcorn because Europe, especially Germany, the disaster which is happening in France is now moving to Germany. And, we're going to, it's going to be quite the show. And here's another one I thought I'd really throw out there. I think this is really, really essential. 40 African countries are in Moscow today. The conference is called Russia, Africa, and a Multipolar World. The Global South is ignoring Washington, D.C. in its endless wars. There are bigger fish to fry. The leaders of developing nations can now sense an opportunity-based world, I think you meant to say there. Anyway, so this is a big deal. This is a big deal. So as far as the BRICS go, the West, I mean, actually Macron talking about France, he was recently, France is getting the boot out of South Africa in a big way. So the collective West, and especially America, is totally blown up with Africa. China's doing the Belt and Road Initiative, which is helping them. And, African nations are like, well, when we deal with the BRICS, like we have commodities, we have, a lot of things that we can do. You give us money and we give you, those commodities, et cetera, et cetera. And that's just kind of good. We like dealing with the BRICS. When we deal with America, it's always like, bankers and like the IMF loans and genocide and putting horrible dictators in power that just kill people. And so they're kind of like, so anyway, this is a big deal. Pretty much this does summarize, this truly does codify the collective West has lost Africa forever. As long as we're going to care, as long as we're going to be alive. Have some more. IMF approves $15.6 billion loan package for Ukraine. Well, I tell you what, the International Monetary Fund, they ain't got no money. They're just the IMF. It's probably where Macron's going to go work now that he's done his damage destroying a country. It's kind of how you gotta, it's kind of like when you want to join a gang. Sometimes you gotta like just go shoot somebody to show that you're ruthless. Well, Macron destroyed France, and now go work at the IMF probably, allegedly. Okay, so anyway, I have some more. So anyway, the IMF ain't got no money. They're just a globalist front. So where's this 15.6 billion coming from? It's coming from you. You're paying that. So anyway, good, wonderful. Here's a little bit of interesting news. Breaking: multiple hazmat crews are on the scene of a hazardous chemical cloud, prompting shelter in place. This is over in Louisiana. We'll see how that rolls. Kind of sucks. It's an evolving story. Once again, the Fed did hike some rates. And anyway, here's one. I have too many questions right now. Just going to sit here and whatever. Here's the thing. I thought I'd show this video. Anybody who ever has worked with, anyway, he burned his hand opening up a radiator cap when the engine is hot. And here's the thing. Bitcoin truth seekers, regardless of what's going on in the world, I think that you are amazing, and you're every Bitcoin Satoshi you own 100% truly is a bet. It is saying you're hedging your bet. You're saying I am betting on a positive, beautiful sci-fi future for humanity, and I think that's really a wonderful thing. So, while most of humanity, way too many people are like just got their money in the bank, doing stupid things, believing in mainstream media, and then what happens? Boom, something bad inevitably happens. But you know what? It's not going to happen to you because you're a Bitcoin truth seeker. Thank you for being part of the peaceful revolution. Let's look at Bitcoin one more time before we check out of here. BTC versus USDT on Binance here. It's still figuring itself out here on the 45-minute candle. To me, from what I can tell, it probably looks like it's going to just continue going sideways after wrecking the leverage that the exchanges did not want. Anything new from blockchain education here? Okay, some good setups that we're playing with. Anyway, like I say, always come join blockchain education. You can get in, if you were a member right now, you could get in on the setups that we're going to get ready to hop into. Anyway, that's what all I can tell you today. Once again, thanks for being a Bitcoin truth seeker, and I hope this was at least somewhat helpful. Anything over here that came in? Nope, we're good to go. Anyway, guys, take care, and we'll see you tomorrow. Oh, yeah, there we go. Yeah, from Anne. The world is changing for the good, hopefully. I think so. The West is broke in more ways than just financially. Take care.